Welcome to the Dirty Water Coins and Collectibles channel. As some of you may have seen on the community post, I came across a couple boxes of 2025 Philly rolls. These three rolls here are all Tails rolls. So I figured I would pull a couple aside, rip into them, and see if there's anything that we can find here. Maybe some double dies, some clash dies, who knows. Let's get into this hunt. I'll be right back with the first find, if I can find one. Well, look at that, the very first coin. We've got doubling in the window right here. A little bit on the back side right here. The same type of doubling that's on a lot of the 2023s. I don't see much in terms of the doorway here or in this area. Let's check Monticello for any doubling. I don't see much there. And United States of America looks normal. It's actually a pretty nice looking coin too. A little bit of the ring of D on there. But that's the first coin, so hopefully there's a little bit more in there. Let's keep it going. Alright, the second coin, we have some doubling on the back side of E pluribus unum, some extra thickness right there. It's very minor. But then if we come down to United, you can see slight doubling in the U, the N, inside the T, the bottom of the E, the D. You can see it like that. And then it kind of just dwindles away there. There's a little die crack inside the stairway right there. But we do have a double die in United. Let's keep it going, see if I can't find anything on the next coin. Right, on the sixth coin in, and it appears that we have slight doubling on the word in, definitely right there. Maybe the inside of the G slightly. Don't see much else. Let's see. Maybe a little bit on the E right here. Trust, for the most part, looks normal. The lower portion of the T's. But then, possibly, I have to look this up, but possibly doubling on the inside of the I right in here and right in here. But I'd have to look that up. But definitely looks like doubling on in. Let's check the reverse. I haven't even gotten that far yet. So yeah, slight doubling right in here. Just a little bit on the inside there. A little bit down below. And let's see. In Monticello, I don't see anything there. Nothing really in United States of America. I don't see much. Pluribus looks normal, but a very little bit in the window. I don't see anything in the, like, above the stairways. So we have a DDO DDR, it appears to be. So let's keep this going. All right, we did get some finds out of roll number 1. So you saw this one here. This is actually really cool. So you got the doubling inside the window. So doubling right in here. And what I noticed afterwards is there's doubling right under here, the roof line. And then we have the doubling up in here in the pillars. And I'll have to do some research, see what's available on the 2025s, see what else is on here for doubling right there. But I have, I don't know, like 5 of those. And then the one with the letters, the United, there is also doubling right down the lower portion of the window right here. So we have that, and that has the doubling in United. As you can see, it's minor, but it's there. And about 5 of those. And I have one that I found has a little bit of doubling right inside here. And again, I'll have to do some research on it and see if there's anything else. It looks like maybe a little bit right in here, possibly. I had 1 of those and 3 of the DDO. So doubling in the I and the N, it looks like there. And doubling inside that window right in here. It kind of looks like the previous one, but the previous one doesn't have any doubling really on the obverse. So there is a little bit of doubling right there. So you can see, like I said, the doubling on I and N on that one, and I don't see it really on this one here. Hold on a second. Oh, it stopped. It kind of stopped. I don't really see it on the I and N of this one as well. I mean, it's a little doubled, but it's not like notch doubled like the other ones are. And then for an honorable mention, I think I had, I don't know, 7 something. 2, 4, 8 of these. And we do have some die chips. So there's some die chipping in the C, inside the E, the bottom of the T, bottom of the S. So the start of a die breaking down. Let's get into the second roll, see if I can't come across anything different. Roll 2 gave us more finds. We have a couple more of these, more than the last roll. You can see the doubling in the window, the doubling in the roof line, doubling in the pillars. So that's another good one. Put that one here. Then we have doubling in the bottom of the window there. And in, oh, it looks like right there too at the base of the pillar. And then in United, so doubling there. We have doubling on the obverse. I'm convinced that's doubling there at the bottom of the I and the bottom of the N. And then underneath, I mean on the reverse, we have some doubling on the inside of the window right in there. Let's see if there's anything else. And this one seems to be a little bit different than the one on the first roll. So there is a little bit of doubling on the inner part of the window right here. Possibly some under here. And a die chip up here. So maybe that's different, I'm not sure, but let's get into the third roll, see what else we can find. All right, those 3 rolls gave us more finds. The doubling in the window and in the pillars, doubling in United, obverse doubling in minor reverse doubling, This one here was our one and only minor die chip, beehive die chip on the side of Monticello. Don't see anything really anywhere else, but we'll hold that one aside. And that's what we have. I got to do some research, see if I can find all of these varieties, but those rolls are stacked. These are the ones that I like the best. These are second, and then third. Those two might be part of these. I'm not sure. I'd have to look around a little bit more. And then a whole bunch of the die deterioration die chips on the reverse of all these here. So let me get into Wexler's, see if I can find these varieties. Let's see if I can't put them under the actual coins themselves. I'll put some info below this one. Then I will put some below this one. This is the Monticello one. The one previous is the one in the window and in the pillars. This is what I believe to be obverse and reverse doubling. These here, I'm not exactly sure what those are, but we'll see what we can do. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a thumbs up. I happened across these 2025s, and they just so happened to have some pretty sweet varieties in them. Before I started hunting, I did do a little bit of searching. I think this one here is a best of. So we'll have to figure that one out. All right, y'all. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, tap that like button, share, hype. And I hope to see you on the next one.